putting that back since I already hit record. What's up? I'm making another video on this Sunday, June 13th, and I'm curious if anyone who is going to be viewing this video out there, who is my potential audience, do you guys suffer from the Sunday Scaries or Sunday blues, or have you guys even heard of that? I never heard the term until about a year ago from a friend of mine, and I always knew it was like a very real thing that existed, but I never heard. She was like, oh yeah, the Sunday night scaries. Like, girl, I know, I get them too. And I never like heard someone put a term to it. But basically it's just a very real form of like anticipatory anxiety for the upcoming work week if you work and have a regular full-time job. The Sunday scaries or the Sunday blues are just a anticipatory form of anxiety, or like dread, and like some symptoms that you may experience, that I've experienced when I get this, is like dread or restlessness, or for me like indecisiveness, a racing mind. And so I am doing this video, and I am going to like journal and do one of the things that when I just like Googled, about Sunday scaries, to see what Google and AI would have to say about it. They gave you some tips on things that you can do on Sunday to try to ease some of these symptoms of dread and restfulness and restlessness and a racing mind and kind of doom and gloom about the anxieties of the upcoming work week. So one of the things that they suggest, the first thing is called a brain dump, is where you just kind of write down everything that's on your mind about the upcoming week. So that you're not juggling your to-do list and all of the things that you're like already having kind of this anticipatory anxiety over. You just write it down so that it's just like a brain dump, like you're giving it a space to get out of, to stop letting it live in your mind on just like a loop of all of the things that are coming this week. So I'm gonna do that. I didn't actually like write it down yet, but after I wrap up this video, I'm gonna like do a little brain dump of the things that I'm maybe are starting to race through my mind this coming week. What are the other things? Oh, they say you can shift your focus. So like plan like a Monday morning kind of treat, maybe like stop by Starbucks and get your favorite coffee if you can leave yourself enough time. Or like plan your outfit, pick out a cute outfit and lay out the night before so that like you're excited to wear it. So that you have something to look forward to Monday morning. Like already kind of like shifting your focus from the doom and gloom of the work week to kind of just like, oh, I'm gonna stop and get my coffee, my favorite drink, or oh, I'm glad that I picked out my outfit, and like it's gonna give me a little boost of confidence in the morning because it's something cute that is gonna make me feel good about myself. Prep early. So I kind of am gonna like try to combine these two steps, like prep early, they say, about any type of things that you want to get done to help start yourself off on the right foot for the work week, such as like meal prepping, or for me, like packing, making sure my daughter's diaper bag has everything that it needs, or laying out your outfit or laying out her outfit, kind of chore type things, doing the laundry, doing some of the stuff to set you up for the week. Do that earlier in the day. Try to have that done by maybe like 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Like we leave that, get that stuff done kind of early so you're not scrambling closer towards like where what you want to use is like kind of a wind down time, because their last suggestion or step is to but the other thing that it said, prep early and then establish a buffer zone. And so that's where you establish that like buffer, that like kind of like, okay, I'm whatever I can get done as far as prepping and chores or answering work emails, if you are someone that like also works on the weekend to prep. I don't, but chores. So for me, it was the chores part, like laundry or getting stuff ready, like meals and stuff for the upcoming week, or at least just for Monday morning, right? Try to give yourself a deadline to do that by, say 5 p.m. Google suggested 5 p.m. And I think that's really helpful. It would be for me, because a lot of times like I'll wait until 8 or 9 p.m. and then I'm tired, and I'm just like, and that to-do list is already racing in my mind, and like if I haven't already gotten my chores done, then it just adds to it, and it just, this whole anticipatory anxiety like becomes more than it should be. So I'm kind of trying to, on Sundays, where I've already tried to start practicing a sort of like day of rest or Sabbath, if you will. I call it my Sierra, where I just unplug and I don't go on social media. I try to avoid my cell phone, and just to reconnect with my family or reconnect with myself, and just kind of do like a reset, a day of like a rest, to be able to be in the right mindset and be the best that I can for the upcoming week. I do try to do that on Sundays, and it's been really helpful. So I'm going to try to work some of these other things of like into that, because sometimes I think that I just lean into the whole day of rest thing a little too hard, and then I delay my chores or like the preparation type things until 8 or 9 p.m. and I don't try to get them done earlier and establish that buffer zone or that boundary of like, okay, whatever I can get done by 5 and 6 p.m., like then I get done. And then I'm going to use the rest of the evening to unwind physically, and an hour before I know that I need to be crawling into bed, I'm going to like not watch TV or not have screens. I try to already limit that on Sundays with my whole like Sabbath practice anyways, and avoid electronics. But like I'm not super strict about it, but if I do use electronics, like do that, cut that off an hour before bed. And yeah. So I'm curious if any of you guys suffer from the Sunday Scaries. Do you already do some of these like steps to try to like help yourself if this is something that like you have been suffering from for a while? And for me, it's like a lot of it has to do with my job, because I just don't want to work there anymore, but I'm not, and I'm not going to. I do intend to find a new job soon, but it's just, that's a big reason for my Sunday Scaries, because I've grown to really not like where I work anymore. I've worked there for 10 years, and a lot of just things have happened in the past year that have really altered my perception and all these kind of things, and I just, needless to say, I'm just not happy where I work right now. So that is the main variable that's contributing to like my Sunday blues or my Sunday Scaries, because I do have probably more doom and gloom about going to work in my work week than maybe someone who isn't as like miserable. I know like so many people are miserable at their jobs, and like it just sucks, because I know there's so many people out there that just like hate their job, but there's people out there that love their job, or at least like aren't like miserable there, and not to say that I'm miserable there, because I'm not miserable, but I'm just unhappy, and it's just time for me to move on to greener pastures, so they say. So I'm excited to do that. But I'm going to wrap up this video because I didn't want to make it too long, but I wanted to check in and just keep up the motivation of like letting you get to know your host, because I will be rolling out podcast episodes soon. It's been a long creative lead up to it. I've been focusing more on gathering documentary footage, because it's just been easier and more conducive to do so. Because there's a lot more steps involved of finalizing my podcast, and once I'm going to start really doing episodes and stuff like that, there's just more things that I have to purchase, buy, and get done, and different things. But I wanted to hop on and do one of these videos, especially since it's like about anxiety, like I was like, I'm going to start doing these videos to get over my whole being on camera or giving a shit what people think about me anxiety, because if I'm going to be doing a podcast and doing a documentary and speaking to the internet world, you have to get over that fear, and just be yourself, and put yourself out there, which is what I'm doing with these creative projects. So I was excited to just make a little video and check in with y'all and tell you that I've been doing well. We are getting ready to move, so we've been doing a lot of preparation. Well, really we haven't done much preparation. We need to be doing more, but we're moving to a new rental at the beginning of July, so we're really excited. But there's a lot to do, a lot of packing and purging and all kind of stuff. So I haven't got to spend as much time on my creative projects and doing things, but that's why I wanted to make this video, because I'm like, I feel like I had started a momentum of putting myself out there and posting videos, and I hadn't done one. I did a 20-minute video yesterday of like a reaction to me opening this piece of mail that I was like really mad that I got in the mail in the first place. So you guys will see portions of that at a later date, because I wanted to just at least get footage of, I had to get my reaction on camera as a part of, to work some of it into the documentary or something, because it's so relevant to what I've been going through. So that was it. Doing that video though, and it ended up being 20 minutes long, encouraged me to want to do one of these, my kind of just, put myself out there videos in preparation for my podcast, so y'all can get to know me, and even like, decide if I'm someone you think you want to listen to once I do start doing episodes and stuff, based on like some of the things that I talk about in my monologue type episodes, because I'm not going to have a guest every single time. I hope to have a guest a lot, but I know that I am going to be putting out content that is just solo, and that's what's going to be more uncomfortable for me. So that's why these videos are extremely helpful for me, to do the solo portion of it, and just get comfortable speaking into a camera. That's why this time I started facing my camera like so that I can't see my face, and I think that's going to be extremely helpful, because I get really tripped up when I like can see myself talking to myself, and I'm like, I don't know where to look, and I'm like, oh my god, I look stupid, and it's just a whole thing. So I think the fact that I did a test so that I knew that I would be in frame, but I think it's going to be very helpful to do it this way, because it eases my nerves somehow. And yeah. So if you guys do suffer from the Sunday scaries, I am with you. I feel you. I hope that maybe some of the things that I talked about you can try to implement into your life if you haven't already been doing some of these things, because it sucks. I hate having the Sunday blues. They're no fun. I try not to focus on it so much, because I'm like, I just want them to go away. But I need to recognize that they do exist, and sometimes you can't just like make it go away. Sometimes you have to put in actionable type of effort to ease some of these things. So I hope that you guys do that if you are a fellow Sunday blue sufferer, and I hope you have an awesome week, and I'll talk to you guys soon.